How would you like for this to happen to you? Because you leaked some information about the government you felt was really important that Americans need to know and citizens around the world, that you felt morally compelled to do it. Let me list what happened to you once you leaked this information about what you thought to be government corruption. You're confined to a prison cell. It's windowless. It's 6'5" cell containing a bed, a drinking fountain, and a toilet. Normally you're in the cell 23 hours a day with 1 hour outside the cell for exercise. However, the government decides to put you under suicide watch, which means you have to stay in the cell 24 hours a day, mostly sitting. You can't exercise in the cell. If you attempt to exercise, such as doing a sit-up or a push-up or stand up in the wrong way, you're immediately told to stop or forced to sit down. You can't read in the cell. You can't read without glasses, so they take your glasses away. If you go to sleep at night, you have to take all your clothes off except for your underwear. And if you cover your head up or scrunch toward the wall, you're immediately awakened. And occasionally, you're pulled out of the cell, you're strip searched down to your nude body, sometimes up to 7 hours a day. Also, you get very depressed, so they start putting you on antidepressants. And, believe it or not, you haven't even had a trial yet. You haven't been convicted of anything. Since July 2010, Private Bradley Manning has been confined to his cell, and all the things that I just described are occurring to him. Again, he's not been convicted of any crime. He can't talk to anyone. He's all by himself. Manning became alarmed. He had seen some footage of a helicopter airstrike in Baghdad in July 2007, where 18 people were killed, including some journalists, and other things he thought that were going on that he thought the American people should know. So he felt morally compelled to do what he was doing. No one's saying that leaking the information is right or correct. The emphasis should be here, though, is how we treat human beings. As psychologists will show and psychiatrists will document, this is, and obviously, cruel and unusual punishment, isolating him from any human contact. It results in people mentally breaking down, and other countries and international treaties see it as torture. Even the United States Supreme Court in 1890 almost ruled solitary confinement, just solitary confinement, without any of the other things that have happened to Bradley Manning, as cruel and unusual punishment and as unconstitutional. That's what the Bill of Rights is all about. We should not treat people cruel and inhuman, especially American citizens. Senator John McCain, who was subjected to solitary confinement in Vietnam, has come out against solitary confinement. He saw firsthand how that affects you and how barbaric that is. In fact, many countries in the world sees what we are doing to Bradley Manning as a country right now inside the United States at Quantico in Virginia as barbaric. But here's what John McCain has said. We are American, and we hold ourselves to humane standards of treatment of people, no matter how evil or terrible they may be. To do otherwise undermines our security, but it also undermines our greatness as a nation. We are not simply any other country. We stand for something more in the world, a moral mission, one of freedom and democracy and human rights at home and abroad. It is indispensable to our success in this war that those we ask to fight it know that in the discharge of their dangerous responsibilities to their country, they are never expected to forget they are Americans and the valiant defenders of a sacred idea of how nations should govern their own affairs and their relations with others, even our enemies. Sadly, we've forgotten it, at least in one particular instance, but I guarantee you there are more people that endure this kind of treatment at the hands of the U.S. military. This needs to stop, or I fear for the future of our country.